Rain fell sideways across South Glen the night Mason Cole froze mid-step. A scream cut through bone. Flames licked a trailer across the street, windows pulsing orange. Without thinking, Mason shoved his daughter Ava behind him and bolted. He smashed a window with a tire iron, sliced his forearm, and hoisted himself inside the hot, choking chaos. Crawling through smoke, he found a small boy curled in the corner. "I got you, buddy," Mason gasped, wrapping the child in his shirt. Then the roof creaked, and everything went black. When Mason woke, paramedics lifted him out, cradling the boy. Ava sobbed, "Dad." "Oh my God." Then Harleys thundered down the street. 1, 5, a dozen. Black leather, beards, ink. The lead biker dropped to his knees beside the boy. "That's my son," he whispered. "His name's River." Their gazes locked. Something shifted in the air. A silent understanding forged in fire. 2 days later in his hospital bed, Mason tried unwrapping a sandwich one-handed. The door opened. The same man walked in, flanked by 2 bikers. "My name's Hawk. River's my son. He'll be okay because of you." He pulled out a silver pin wrapped in cloth. "When someone saves one of ours, they don't stand alone anymore." Mason stared at the pin, an angel wing and 3 letters. AFFA. Weeks later, Mason found a leather vest on his porch. Inside the pocket, a photo of River smiling with a caption, "He still asks about you." The next morning, Hawk arrived. AFFA is about honor, loyalty, repaying the unpayable. "We've got room for one more at the table." 3 weeks later, Mason stood in a warehouse that smelled like gasoline and burnt coffee. A dozen men sat around a table made of salvage car doors. River wore a tiny biker vest, smiling. An older biker with a white beard said, "When the moment came, you didn't wait. You burned your own skin to save a kid you didn't know. That's brotherhood." Hawk placed a hand on Mason's shoulder. "If you ever need us, we come. You're one of us now." Mason didn't own a motorcycle. Hawk showed up the next morning with one. "It is now," he said, tossing Mason a key. They taught him to ride at an abandoned airstrip. When he made it down the stretch without falling, cheers echoed across the strip. Then one night, the phone rang. "Hawk's down." Mason rushed to the hospital, where dozens of bikes lined the parking lot. River gripped a stuffed toy in the corner. Mason knelt beside him. "You're not alone, River. We're right here." For 2 days, Mason showed up, mopping halls, bringing coffee, fixing lights. A younger biker named Torque said, "You're not even officially in, and you're the only one here every day." The day Hawk woke, River clung to his father's arm. Hawk's voice was weak but clear. "Is the boy okay?" That night, the crew gathered in the parking lot. Mason was called forward. Each brother placed a hand on his shoulder. Hawk's voice came from the hospital window. "He's earned the patch." The elder stitched the full insignia onto Mason's vest by hand. Months later, another storm swept through. Mason and Ava saw a woman clutching 2 trash bags and a soaked child beneath a street lamp. They pulled over. "Need a ride?" They brought Rita and Elijah home. Heated soup, shared warmth. "No one stops anymore," Rita said before leaving. Mason smiled. "I used to think kindness was a luxury. Now I know it's a choice." Just after midnight, sirens woke them. A laundromat burned 2 streets over. Ava handed Mason his old flannel shirt. "Just come back again, okay?" He found an old man trapped inside, lifted him through smoke, kicked the back door open as the ceiling collapsed. Mason sat on the curb, covered in ash, still breathing. At the next meeting, Torque stood. "Brother, the chair's yours." Hawk left word. Mason shook his head. "That's his place." Wolf stood. "Leadership ain't about being loud. It's about being there." Reluctantly, Mason sat. Torque passed him Hawk's notebook. "He trusts you with it." Spring came. Ava asked from the porch, "Dad, are you happy?" Mason thought about nights sleeping in the truck, the fire, the brotherhood. Happiness isn't fireworks. It's quiet, like watching you laugh on a porch I never thought we'd have. "Yeah, I'm happy. And you're the reason I didn't burn out." Years passed. Mason took over the chapter with quiet consistency. Outreach rides, second chances, shelters, and jails. One evening, he rode to where the fire happened. "Just tall grass now." He whispered, "Thank you," to the boy he used to be who chose to run toward fire anyway. Ava's voice echoed, "Are you happy?" With the hum of his engine behind him and wind brushing his patch-heavy jacket, he smiled. Yeah, he was. And he wasn't riding alone anymore.